Hello everyone. If you like what I'm doing here, please consider subscribing, liking, and commenting. It would really help the channel out quite a bit. Thank you very much. Today we are at Hollywood Cemetery in the state of Virginia. In this cemetery, about 16,000, if I remember right, about 16,000 souls. And 3 presidents, Jefferson Davis, John Tyler, and James Monroe. We visited 2 of those. John Tyler's the last one for us to visit. We will not be doing a session around them, but I did pick a spot in the back of the cemetery that doesn't have very much tourist traffic. And so we'll start again. So to all the spirits, I did start a little bit, but I needed to stop. So we're going to start the session again. So to the spirits, again, my name is Randy. Leanne here is with me. And we're looking for any spirits who would like to talk to us, to tell us your story. And then later on, I'll ask for a number and we'll ask for I'll read your question and wait for your responses. Any spirits, give me your name if you'd like to talk to us.
Upstairs.
I heard William, I heard Dave, and I heard Joseph. Which one of you 3 would like to come and talk to us and tell me your story?
Long time.
All right, the spirit that said long time. Which spirit was the one that said long time? Give me your name.
Was here.
Okay, the spirit that said it was a long time. Was it a long time since you've talked to anyone? I heard, I think so, and there was another spirit in there with the female voice said, me too. Okay, so why is it a long time since since you spoke to someone? Don't you get very many visitors back here?
Great.
I was here and I'm stuck. So I was wondering if no one was back here and someone said I was there. So maybe it sounds like a spirit who has passed on had visited this area. And then of course we had someone that said they were stuck to the spirit and it was really weak. So probably in another part of the cemetery. The spirit who said they were stuck, are you right here with me? Okay, so Dave come through, and we heard Dave earlier, so that's probably the spirit that has been trying to talk to us. Dave, where are you as compared to where I am sitting?
Like it's
Where?
Okay, so I heard in front of me. Now Leanne is out there looking for a Dave on the headstones. Is Leanne anywhere near you?
Not something artificial.
Artificial. All right, Dave, why? I don't see anything artificial around here, like trees or flowers or anything. Dave, tell me something about you.
So we know.
Something.
So, Dave, can you tell me your death date, month, year? Can you tell me the month you died and the year that you died?
Yeah.
Okay, so Leanne's not finding any Dave. She's walked about 3 or 4. These look like family plots here. So she's walked 3 or 4 family plots, both north and south, in the front of me. Now, in the front of me could also mean across the street. My car's parked directly behind us, and behind that is more and more and more headstones and monuments. So, Dave, would you like to tell me, what did you do? What did you do in life? I don't know anything about down here. What did you do in life, Dave? Tell me something about yourself.
I want
You are
So without.
So I did hear something about people. Dave, did you work with people? Were you in the service field to where maybe you had a store, but you waited on people, maybe a waiter, something of that nature?
looks like it.
This is what.
I heard it looked like it, and then I heard, this is why I'm not talking. Now, it might have been different, but this is why I mean, I didn't hear that part, but this is why I'm not talking. Who is not talking? Dave, let me see who is not talking. Or was that you, Dave?
Something
Chicken people.
Chicken people. So I'm assuming the spirit is telling these people they are chicken not to talk because they're very quiet. I would have assumed here in this cemetery that it's supposed to be a very spiritual as far as spirits. A lot of spirits are out and about in this cemetery both day and night. Who told me? Mike told me. No, Mike didn't tell me. I haven't heard Mike in a while. I haven't heard Michael. Although I did hear chicken people, but Michael will talk about eating chicken. Mike didn't tell me, unless it was a different Mike.
No.
Well,
All right, so getting back to David. David, what did you do? Dave, what did you do for a living? Can you tell me exactly what you did for a living?
fine. One of
different stress.
your what? Some spirit.
I thought I heard guard, so I don't know. We'll have to listen to see guard. Maybe he was a guard, like a police officer at a penitentiary or something in the day. David, were you a guard?
Old.
He's dead, owed. Well, yeah, most people, when they're dead, they're owed. Not everybody, but when they're dead, they get owed. So you're saying David was an owed person when he died? I heard Rosemary in there, I heard Mary Ellen in there a little bit earlier. Now, I am in the cemetery where Jefferson Davis, and as you all know, if you've been following the channel, I did a session at the original burial site of Jefferson Davis out of Metairie, Louisiana, back in January, February? I think it was the end of January. I did it. And is the spirit of Jefferson Davis with me here today?
Saturn. I would want
Now, I wouldn't, excuse me, I wouldn't think so because we had a pretty good session that day and he did come up and he did talk to us. Does anyone in this section here serve with President Davis? Knew President Davis? Had anything to do with President Davis? Okay, not here, not David. If you're still here, Dave, if you're still here, if you have anything else to say to us, what I'd like to do is move on and ask the spirits here to give me a number. So before I do that, Dave, do you have anything else to say to us? I'm by Dorothy, I heard, but also I heard I'm really old like you. That's what it sounded like. I'm really old like you. Dave, thank you. I'm 70. How old were you? Old? Dave, could you give me a number how old you were?
No.
No? No, Dave cannot give us a number. Dave, why won't you give us a number as to how old you were? As I usually carry a list, and I haven't done the list in a long time. And the reason I didn't do it was because the numbers were getting always the same numbers coming through. So I spent a little bit of time, and now I got a list that goes up to 72 questions. So 72 questions for all the spirit here. Now let me tell the spirits, you got to come through nice and loud and give me that number really loud, like Dave just did a few minutes ago with no when I asked him his age. If you want me to read a number from 1 to 72, and it's a question that I will ask you in some way, shape, or form, I'd like to ask you that question and then listen for your answer. So to all the spirits right here, come through really loud and give me a number from 1 to 72. All right, I heard a few things underneath, but nothing come really loud through. 1 through 72, spirits. 1 through 72. Give me a number 1 through 72 and use a lot of energy to come through very loud. Hey guys, Randy here. I just wanted to stop the video here for just a second. You're looking at the monument for a David Wingfield Saunders. Now in a minute, I'll start asking the spirits for a number so I can get a question read to them, and you'll see Leanne during that, after I get a number, will interrupt me that she's found a David, because if you remember here, we've been talking to a David. And all of a sudden, up in the left-hand corner, you're going to see a shadow go across. And during editing, I decided to slow down this shadow so you could see it, that particular part of the video, so you could see the shadow a little bit more clearly. But I forgot to turn down the audio. And what happened was, during that audio, you get a spirit's voice coming through that says David Saunders Wingfield. You can definitely hear Wingfield come out of it. David and Saunders are a little bit hard, but without a doubt you can hear Wingfield come out of it. And then at the end he says, get it right. Let me know what you think in the comments. All right, that one I heard was 6. So question number 6. Let me get my little thing out here. Question number 6.
David Winfield Saunders.
And how old was he? David Winfield Saunders. So before we go to number 6, David, was that you? David Winfield Saunders, was that you?
Please. Oh, don't see.
All right, so the David I was talking to, David Saunders, was that you? Is that your grave that Leanne just found? I was feeling something. So Leanne's gone over to look at your death date to see if you were really old, like me, and I would be really surprised if she pops up and says he was 70 years old. Is she going to find out you were 70 years old, David? She might have. 58, David. 68, pretty close. 68, David. You were 68 years old?
That
Could be.
is it?
Damn right. All right. All right. Thank you, David, for coming back to us. All right. So we did ask the spirits for a question, and spirits come up with number 6. What happens when you die and you don't believe in heaven or hell? So I guess if you're an atheist, when you die, what happens? You just stay. You just stay. You just stay where? Where do you stay?
Is it? Wait.
I heard music, waiting, so I don't think you're in a waiting room with music. So I don't know if you have to be an atheist not to believe in heaven or hell. So I guess basically just if you don't believe in heaven or hell, and I've got a bird that's really upset behind me for some reason. But if you don't believe in heaven or hell, what happens when you die? Do you become a spirit? What happens? Do you still become a spirit? If you don't believe in heaven or hell, do you still become a spirit?
That's not.
So not hearing an awful lot, but what I am hearing was not much. So I guess maybe you can, but it's a little difficult. So let's do this. Let's ask the spirits for another number, 1 through 72, but not 6. 1 through 72, and we'll do another quick question, and then it'll be probably time to wrap this particular session up. Number from 1 to 72, spirits. No, 1 to 72.
Two.
2. 2. Why does everybody pick low numbers? Spirit number 2. What do you feel when you transfer from life on earth to the life as a spirit? What is it like to transform from the human life during the process of dying and death and then becoming a spirit? I heard hell something, and then it's winter. So was it for you, for the spirits talking to me? Was it an easy process? Was it a comfortable process? Were you at ease when it was happening? Crippled. So someone said yes, and then another spirit said crippled. So maybe because that person was crippled in life, becoming a spirit, and we know from talking before, becoming a spirit, if you were blind, you're able to see. If you were deaf, you were able to hear. So someone being crippled would probably be that they wouldn't be crippled anymore. So you actually enjoyed the process, you were at ease with the process of becoming a spirit? I heard it was magic, and then I heard you live, and then something after that. So it was magic, and you're living again. It's like living again. We know from the other spirits, it's like living again, just a different form of living. So to all the spirits here on that particular question of what it's like to transfer from life to being a spirit, what would you like to tell us? What would you like to say that would put people's mind at ease about becoming a spirit? So with that, I'm going to let the speaker box run for about a minute. So all the spirits here, you can say whatever you want to say. I won't interrupt you for about a minute, and then we'll end the session. So we're going to start the speaker box right now, and anything you want to say, it's your time to shine. It's your time to tell us what you want to get out to all the living souls that are your living relatives, anyone else that you want to talk to. 1 minute from right now.
You know. So, had
Three. Get you.
What?
Yeah. Going on.
Alrighty, of course, in there I heard my sister talking. Boy, she followed me all the way out here. Alrighty, so we'd like to thank all the spirits for talking to us today. I'll go through like I always do. I'll listen to what you have to say, and I'll put it up here someplace throughout the video so everyone can see what you had to say. From Leanne and myself, we'd like to thank you for joining us today. I might do one more spirit section here at Hollywood, and then we'll call it a day. And so to all the spirits here, and to those watching, it's not what I had to say. It's what all the spirits here in Hollywood Cemetery had to say. It had nothing to do with us. Had nothing to do with us at all. It had to do with what they wanted to get across. So with that, I want to thank all the spirits here in Hollywood Cemetery who wanted to talk to us.
I love
All right, and with that, we'll call this a wrap, and we'll see you all on the next one.